it's time. Our next guest is waiting patiently. Let's get her on the line. Let's welcome the one, the only, Miss Margarita Monet from Edge of Paradise. What's up, Margarita?
Hey, I'm good. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. Of course. You got good music going on. Of course we're going to have you.
I'm excited to share about it. Always good.
Well, we're like getting you like at the perfect time because it gets officially released tomorrow. So now like the excitement is like coming to its peak.
Well, the exciting thing is that in Europe, people already got it because they're ahead of us. So they've been messaging me. And I'm glad that we're getting good response from there. But in the U.S., I guess it's going to be released at midnight.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
Very exciting. Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. So, it's funny because before we get into the whole release, I was doing some research on you and all. So first thing I'll do is I go to the Facebook page and I see right away, all you see is a picture of the band, but you don't even like realize there's anybody in the picture. You just see you doing a split.
Oh,
two
that picture. That's we've never had a picture like that before. We just thought because we're doing a guitar giveaway, we wanted to have a really fun picture, and we had the 2 amps in the room, and I'm like, well, I've suffered 10 years in ballet. Why not use it?
That's cool too. Like you guys are giving a guitar away, and there's like you're giving away autograph stuff and all. So I mean, and that's really cool to use that social media to promote.
Thank you. Yeah, well, for us, I mean, it's what kind of moves us forward. So it's always really fun and this music, it's our best music yet. So we really want to do something special for it. And, and if people enjoy getting, signed postcards, if we can do a guitar giveaway, and hopefully down the line we can do even more, we're definitely going to keep doing all of this because if it's not for the fans, if it's not for the people, there would music basically, so it's our pleasure.
Now you have like an interesting history here because going back to your younger days, like you actually are from Europe.
I grew up in Moscow. I lived there till I was 11, and then my family moved to Houston, Texas. But yeah.
Now, how do they like? This is always like amazing when people come from other countries or wherever you're going to go from wherever. Mm-hmm. How do they choose Houston, Texas?
Well, my dad is a scientist, and he got a job offer. And what's funny is, I remember they were doing that lottery where you could win the visa, I guess, to come here, the green card. And my mom actually won it a year before, and we chose not to come. And then, because we had a whole life, it's a huge thing, and my dad didn't know the language. I mean, when you move countries, it's great, and all our family is still in Russia, So a year later, when my dad got this job offer, we were like, well, I guess it was meant to be. So, that's why we came.
Now, how scary was that? You were 11 years old. You had to be petrified. I would have been petrified. If at 47 years old
it's petrifying. My first day of school in America was September 11th. That was petrifying because everyone was running, the Twin Towers. That was my first day of school. So everybody was running around crying, and I didn't really understand what was happening. And I knew I wasn't like, I could talk to everyone, I could understand it, but not to the point where you can like easily conversate like really fast, So, I adjust fast. I guess when you're a kid, you're like a chameleon in a bit, and it wasn't scary for me. I guess it was like a new experience, but I missed my family and all of that. That was the hardest part. But I can't imagine what it was for my dad because, he's a scientist and he had to do his research and his lectures and everything, in a different language, and he didn't know English. At least I learned it in school. My dad didn't know a word of English. I mean, he wasn't, he didn't know it. So I can't imagine how he did that. So
wow,
definitely cool. But yeah, fascinating.
But when you went to or I guess it was high school, you ended up going to was it the Performing Arts of Houston?
Yeah, it was a performing arts high school. I was always a performer, even when I was 3, I think that was my first, I think. My mom took me to ballet and theater and music. That was my whole life, so I had to.
Oh, now how about like when I was reading that, I instantly thought all right, you were classically musically trained. They started you on piano at 4 years old, like you're saying, doing ballet and all that stuff. So what do they think as you made that switch from that sweet little ballet classically trained girl to metal?
My parents love it. They really love the music, and I mean, I see the difference, but everything I learned, I apply to what I'm doing now, and it's just a different style maybe, but it's still music, and it's I try to put my heart and soul into it, and I'm performing, and that's what I love to do, and I even like this more than doing theater, because this is you directly communicate with people. They're right in front of you, and I think that's the coolest thing is you sharing what you created, and I love to create. So it's very special when people are into, because I would put, it's like a piece of my soul basically, these songs. So when people relate to them, it's like this whole community. It's a really cool feeling. But funny thing is, my friends who knew me from before, they're like 2 different people, like Margarita and then Margarita on stage. So that's funny, but yeah, because I'm a very quiet person. I'm kind of keep to myself, but on stage you let it all out.
Now, how about that? So basically, it's kind of like a Jekyll and Hyde you have going on, is what you're saying. Once you get up on stage, you become that totally other. You become almost probably like a character.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a character. It's just, our songs are very. I guess there's a lot of feeling in them. I sing about all kinds of stuff. So when you perform it, I try to really, I guess. Today, what I would, it's not only the words that say what I'm saying, it's also the way I'm singing it, it's also the melody, so I don't even feel, it's still me. I feel like totally myself, just kind of sharing a different, different feeling, I guess, different parts of me.
Right.
So, yeah.
Now, how about when you were done with school in Houston, then you went to New York and continued you went to a school of music in New York.
Yeah, I went to NYU, and I did I was a theater major, but I also took music as a minor. So I was doing both, and I had to take all the regular classes too. So it was a very, busy time, but I think I learned from the city even more, because it's such a city of, people from all over the world and different backgrounds, and just, I don't know, really, the life experience, I think it's really, made me grow as a person. I think the song, if you make it in New York, you can survive New York. I can survive LA. So I feel pretty confident.
Now, with like you were saying, you were doing theater and stuff like that. Is that something that you still maybe in the future would like to pursue? Is going back into acting at all, or?
I'm so happy. I don't think of it's a little secret. When I was little, like my parents had a DVD of like Queen and Led Zeppelin concerts, and I would always watch it, and I would be like, wow, like I would love to do that. But in the back of my mind, I knew that I could never do that. It would be like, to me, it was like another planet. Like not even reach, you couldn't even reach that. And now I fell into this band, and I'm doing what I wanted to do. I just can't even imagine that, So I'm very, and maybe like I still like acting. It might be fun, but it's not like I'm gonna quit what I'm doing now and pursue acting.
Right.
I think life throws different things at you, and different opportunities. And if I can make it happen and still keep this going, I would. But I definitely want to keep this band going for as long as I can, because I really love it. And
now,
it's not, I don't think. Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say that now the band Edge of Paradise, you actually you've done more moving around the world. I mean, from Moscow over to Houston to New York, and then you move over to L.A. And you meet up with Dave, your guitarist, Dave Bates. Now, how did you two guys get together?
Yeah, when I came to LA, I was just doing a bunch of different projects, and I was working with this local producer. I guess we were working on a rock song, and he was like, well, let's try to find a guitar. It actually happened by chance because Dave was doing a guitar clinic at a music store right next to where the studio was, and we knew to like just go to the music store and get it. So we went there and we saw Dave, and we were like, oh my God, he's so good, and we had to ask him. So that's how we met. And, after the project was done, Dave had a band with Robin McCauley fronting it, and he recorded a bunch of music with Greg Bissonette and Tony Franklin that was never released. And Robin went on tour with Survivor. And, Dave was looking for a singer because he didn't have a band anymore, basically. So we just decided to do our own thing, and, that's how we started this, basically.
Yeah, it's funny because I was wondering how those three people came into play into this whole thing. Like, I saw that they got played on the debut, and I was just Tony Franklin, Greg Bissonette. I'm like, wow, like how'd that happen? And then
it's all Dave. He those guys. I mean, in a way, it's a small world, especially when you in this scene in LA. Everyone is, in the same. Like yesterday, our bass player. There's a place called Lucky Strike in Hollywood, and they do jam nights where they get musicians from all over, different bands. And like our bass player played with Alice Cooper's drummer, Glenn Sobel. We were all like in this one, kind of spinning around this one circle. So it's really cool.
Nice, very cool. So the EP Alive, it's a 4-song EP. And if you're in Europe, you're lucky because you can have it now. If you're in the States, you can have it in an hour and
2 hours.
depending on what coast you're on. But so why the decision to do just an EP?
Well, it's a 5-song EP, and I mean, part of the decision was that we want to make the songs that are quality, so it can compete with all the big bands that are out there. And we have the other songs that are waiting to be recorded, and eventually we want to do the full CD. But we don't want to stay stagnant, because when you don't release something for a long time, when you're a new band, you don't keep moving forward. So we did a that was a full album, and we kept writing right away. And we had this new music that was a whole new level for us. So we were like, the really strong 5 songs, let's put out an EP. Let's really, try to spread the word about it, and hopefully this will enable us to do a full album and tour to even more places. So it's not like we decided to do just being a new band. Sometimes you have to take steps you know.
You know, it's funny. I literally just had this discussion last night. I went and visited a very good friend of mine who I played in the band with for 16 years, and he was just telling me about this new band he's working on, he's putting together, and he was saying like their plan is like he said they have 16 songs, and they decided they're going to record the 16 songs at one shot. This way they have them, but then they're going to release four different song EPs. And he was saying, he goes, people, you put them, if you're going to give them a full album now, he goes, I feel like you give them a full album and people won't even listen to like half the songs on it. They won't give them a chance. This way, if you give them less, they can focus more on the less amount of songs and have them wanting more. And then you can
that's true.
Yeah.
And also, like, we wanted to make music videos because everyone is so visual now. We would rather have a really, really strong songs and some visuals with it, and you know, push the songs that way as well. So, yeah.
Well, you guys have the first single and video, which is also called Alive. Now, will you guys be doing more videos?
Yes. So the Alive was the first single in the video. Sorry, what did you say? We got cut out.
Would you be doing more videos for any of the other songs?
Yes, we actually already have one for Mystery, and we're doing a lyric video. It's like a lyric video, but it's a very creative lyric video. I won't give it away, but it should be cool for Dust to Dust. And actually, we want to also do a video for Humanoid, and we do have a video out for Shade of Crazy. That's for every song.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's the way to go. I mean, it's the whole YouTube thing now.
Yeah, and plus it's fun, you know. I like kind of bringing the songs to life in that way too.
And you get to use those acting skills.
Yeah, exactly.
They come in handy for you, huh?
Yes.
Absolutely. So now, with the EP coming out, do you guys have? Actually, you have a small tour, I guess, planned. 'Cause I think I saw you guys are coming not too far from here.
Yeah, we are. We're coming to North Carolina and South Carolina in April, but right now we're booking more shows, so those are not the only ones. We're going to be touring in the summer, and we're going to Europe in September, and we're booking more shows in Europe. So, the next year we want to tour as much as possible, so we will be announcing more dates as we go along. But keep posted for more.
Absolutely. And where should everybody go?
Sorry?
Where should everybody go to keep posted and find out everything about you guys?
Oh.
So they know?
Yeah, go to our Facebook page, which is Edge of Paradise, or facebook.com/Edge of Paradise Band. And everything is on there. Or go to our website, edgeofparadiseband.com. And, all the information are on all our pages. And we're very social, so if you want to message us, we'll always reply. Any questions, we answer them. And also we have a YouTube Vivo channel. All our videos are on there. But if you go to one destination, any destination, website or Facebook, you will be able to find our information from there.
Yeah, and I'll say, like, she's very sociable. Like, we friended each other on Facebook the other night, and all of a sudden she started messaging me. I'm like, holy cow! Like, all right, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Oh yeah.
So all right. Cool. So let me where's that little thing you threw out there? Let me throw some of them plugs out there for you. Let me find it. All right, here it is. All right, so it's available. Alive is available, and it's #1 on Amazon.
Oh my God! Right now we're ahead of AC/DC. Can you believe it?
That is wild.
That is so wild. I mean, Amazon, it's calculating the daily sales, but that's still really cool for us. And we're top 100 albums, all in all genres, which is really cool. I mean, for us, this is really big, and to be one in hard rock. So we're hoping that this will bring us into Billboard 200 chart, and it will change a lot of things for us. So we're keeping the fingers crossed. And please pre-order our CD and download it, all of you out there. This will enable us to tour more and record the rest of the songs.
Yep.
So yeah.
They can go on Amazon and keep you guys at number one. And it's also available on iTunes as well.
Yeah, iTunes, also Google Play, on everything, because we're very lucky. We have Universal distributing it. So the CD is everywhere. So we don't have to worry about people can get to it. So just search Edge of Paradise Alive and it should come up.
Now, the title Alive, is there any special meaning behind it, or?
Yes. The whole idea behind Alive is that I guess this is the message behind the album, is that we're so caught up our way of life right now with the corporate-led machine, and the technology kind of separates us from each other in a way. I mean, even though you can communicate with someone on the other side of the planet, but that can be deceiving in a way because you get less and less of human contact. And we just want to encourage people to sometimes, stop and acknowledge it's life, because we're so, in a way, like, we're on this planet in this giant universe, and we're the ones that, breathing, and we're the people. Could have been an ant or something, right? So we're pretty lucky. And I think just this daily life is like a rat race, especially in LA. So, that's the meaning. And the album cover, also, I guess it's an android and trying to break through the human, trying to break through. So don't lose your humanity. It's what keeps us alive, basically. Yeah.
Nice. Very nice. Well, I got it queued up, and I'm going to play it for everybody. So
awesome. Very cool. I'm so sorry, but I actually have to go because I'm teaching. The reality of,
You're teaching?
Yes, I'm teaching today. I have students, and I've been so crazy last few months, so I had always all over the place. But
all right,
today I am.
But one thing before I let you go, if I can just get you to cut an ID for me. And this is Margarita Monet from Edge of Paradise, and you're listening to Totally Driven Radio.
Hey, this is Margarita Monet from Edge of Paradise, and you're listening to Totally Driven Radio.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Margarita. It was great to talk to you. And,
Thank you.
Let's show everybody how you guys do.
Let's do it again soon.
Absolutely.
Cool. And I hope we get to meet in person.
I hope so too. I'm gonna maybe, you know what? I'll talk to you. Maybe I'll bring you here to Philly. Who knows?
Cool.
All right.
Well,
take care.
You have a great night out there. You too.
You too.
Bye.
All right, well, here it is. Edge of Paradise, Alive. Get it now. Amazon, iTunes. It's everywhere. Google Play.